July 18th. Thanks for joining us on Arc Rochester. I'm Abi Fridmann.
And I'm Stephannie Joseph. We have a full 2 hours to get through, so let's just run down what we've got brewing for you.
All right, so get ready to go crazy in the best way possible. This morning, we're getting a closer look at Jiva Theater's latest production that brings country icon Patsy Cline to life. We'll sit down with some of the stars of the musical to learn all about it.
And then it wouldn't be Friday without our friends Scott and Sandy for the Weekend Buzz. They'll be joining us in studio for this morning's Jerk or Justified, as well as First Try Friday.
Yeah, and then this morning we're continuing our Friday summer music series here on Arc Rochester. Today we'll be hearing from Brother Floyd and the Blessed Sinners.
Yeah, but before all of that, we want to get a check of the forecast because today we're going to be seeing a lot of sunshine out there as well as some cooler temperatures.
Yeah, meteorologist Marty Snyder joining us now for a look at what we can expect as we get ready for the weekend. Good morning, Marty.
Yeah, good morning, guys. It looks like a much nicer day coming up today than some of the recent ones we've seen if you haven't liked that heat and humidity. Today, a beautiful day. You can see that sunshine working and some scattered clouds passing through, but mainly just some fair weather clouds moving through right now, and otherwise a pretty quiet start to the day. We're starting off with temperatures already coming up just a little bit. We were back down to about 60 for an early morning low. Now we're up to 62, and these numbers will move along pretty well as we head forward. We'll rise up mainly through the 70s, probably back to about the mid 70s for highs today. So overall looking pretty nice. Lower humidity, cooler temperatures, but not chilly. Overall pretty nice day for us. And then longer term, I think we'll see temperatures come back into the 80s for the weekend. We have to watch very late Saturday night, very early Sunday, mainly during nighttime hours. That's when we'll have a chance of a shower or thunderstorm passing through. So most of Saturday stays dry, most of Sunday stays dry, and then heading into next week, just a little cooler Monday, and then rising back through the 80s, could make a run at 90 again towards Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So overall, a little bit of variation in some of these numbers. We cool down, we warm up a little bit, but overall not looking too bad for a lot of these upcoming days.
It's what you love to see. I know there are so many things happening this weekend, so it'll be really great weather-wise for everybody out and enjoying it.
That's the good news. Yeah, I think most of that rain that comes is mainly during Saturday night, so Saturday stays dry and Sunday as well.
Excellent.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you, Marty.
Okay.
All right, we'll go off the top now, start with things that have piqued our interest today. I'll start things off. Pretty much everybody, I think, has seen The Terminator, or at least after 40 years, you know the premise, right? Do you remember how realistic the robots looked underneath all the flesh and muscle? It's just wires and lasers, but you really can't tell. It's happening before our very eyes, or at least they're really, really trying to. The start of the apocalypse eventually will be traced back to the folks at Disneyland. Yeah, the home of Mickey Mouse and Cinderella will one day be directly related back to robots taking over the earth. I'm being dramatic, but you've got to take a look at this. The new robot created in honor of Disneyland's 70th anniversary. The man, the myth, the legend, Walt Disney, returning as this audio animatronic. It's part of the biographical theater attraction called Walt Disney, A Magical Life. The creators said it took 7 years to get this guy created and features audio recordings documented during Walt Disney's life. The audio animatronic term was trademarked by Disney in the 60s. And this isn't by any means a new form of technology. If you've been to Disney, you've likely seen these audio animatronics before. This development, though, is supposed to be very, very lifelike. But people on social media are ripping into Disney. They're very unhappy with how Walt Disney's figure turned out. I'm just going to stop for a second so you can see him move a little bit.
It looks so realistic. Like
it kind of does. It sort of does.
Yeah.
And then you look at kind of the way his arm moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. People are getting really critical. They're insulting the animators. They're saying this is an insult to his legacy. Let's take a look at some of the comments here, because I pulled some of them from social media. This person said, I think the animation is good, but the likeness isn't the best. And that's something that we've seen a lot of people say. The Rick says, it's a horror show. They really blew it. They should have easily nailed this, but it's awful. Some of these comments pretty vicious. Let's see. Laura said, I think it's still pretty bad, but I think they went with the older Walt as opposed to the one next to the photo that was originally shown on the post.
Yeah.
The face is still too round, the nose is too thick, and the eyebrows are way too thick. So the comments went on and on and on. Some people did compare this to the Terminator. The biggest complaint, though, that I've seen online from people is that it looks too robotic. They're saying that after all of these years, all of the technology, it still looks not very realistic. And to those people, I would say, no kidding, it's a robot.
Yeah.
We don't want it to look just like Walt Disney in the flesh. This is insane.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, this, like I said, was featured yesterday. Some reports are saying that it stopped working after a little while, which is kind of a bummer for everybody that was there to see it. But, you know, is it really that serious in the end? Like, is it? Do we really care that much? Some people were saying you're not supposed to be seeing it this up close.
Yeah.
You know, with a lot of the other audio animatronics that they have at Disney, you're a little farther back. You're not supposed to be like right here, face to face with Walt Disney.
Yeah.
It's like it's ruining some of the magic of it, right? So I think we all just need to take a deep breath here. Let's not get all upset about Walt Disney and the robots at Disney World. It's a little too dramatic for me.
It's supposed to feed the imagination. And when you compare it to what we saw like growing up at Chuck E. Cheese, they were, so I would say advancement is seen a little bit in this compared to that, of course, on the scale. But yeah, it's interesting.
And it's so easy to like play Monday morning quarterback, right? To look at somebody just on the side and say, that's garbage. But, you know, I'd like to see you do better.
Exactly.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just thought that was so interesting. We've done a lot of stories this week on Disney World. I feel like this is probably the end of it. I don't know, like 1 week we did all stories on road rage. This week it's been like all stories on Disney. So I think I'm done. We're ending with this one. And I mean, I don't know, I guess rewatch The Terminator if you're so inclined.
Get in the spirit.
Yeah. All right, Steph.
All right, we'll go on now to my story. A man in Arizona is in a years-long battle with his homeowners association and its management company. Guess what? It's all over bottled water. Now, this dates back to the COVID-19 pandemic. David Martin began putting out free water in a cooler in his driveway for people and pets. It was an act of kindness to help those out and about stay hydrated in the Arizona heat. Now, USA Today reports the HOA first issued Martin a violation in 2022, but the matter was not pursued further. Then last March, so March 2024, he says they sent him another notice. Once again, the HOA apparently suggested he find a more aesthetically pleasing way to store the water. So the cooler here being the main issue as opposed to the handing out the water. But the homeowner says fines started the following month. What started as $25 rose to as much as $650. And Martin, he's refusing to pay it and is calling for those fees to be waived. Now, the city of Goodyear, that's Goodyear, Arizona, got involved at one point, but closed the case as soon as they were told about the cooler's purpose. Now, neighbors, they don't seem to be bothered by the gesture either, and they're aware of why the cooler is out. So Martin says he's actually been sent 200 cases of water. So a lot of people, they're sending him water, encouraging him in the effort. He says neighbors are supporting him, and they're also tired of the homeowners association. But where do things stand right now? So we'll fast forward to recent weeks. Martin put together a petition calling for the removal of 3 HOA board members. Now, this got over 100 signatures, so that's support very clear there. The association said there would be a special meeting to vote on the petition, but nothing came of that action. So all the ballots were considered void, and Martin had also considered the legal route. He claims the lawyers he's spoken to say that he has a case, but it could cost him thousands. The management company has responded as well. In a statement to Arizona Family, they say, quote, "We understand that there are passionate views about this matter and are committed to supporting a resolution that aligns with both the association's rules and the values of the residents." So for now, the back and forth continues, but there is a lot to this story, and that was a very much condensed version of all that's going on.
That is wild. Yeah. All right, so here's my issue, right? So growing up, we did not live in a homeowners association community, but we did live in a historic district just outside of Buffalo. So there were rules about what we could and couldn't do with our house growing up. It had to be certain colors, had to have, certain fence height, and, there were a lot of rules. Yeah. If we wanted to replace the windows, it had to be like a certain design, and it couldn't be too modern. It's a little ridiculous after a little while, right? And this guy, he's just trying to do something nice.
Yeah.
It's like in a world that is full of negativity, and some not so nice people sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like somebody that is just trying to do a little bit of good. It's like, why are we really going to get picky over this?
Yeah.
I'd like to see every other home in that neighborhood to see if it's actually up to the homeowners association requirements.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Apparently, one day he had changed the color of the cooler because I think they called out, oh, it was a blue cooler or whatever. So during the Halloween season, he had painted it black and had some smoke coming out, so it could kind of
like a
went
Halloween,
along.
yeah.
Yeah, so he tried some adjustments, but again, he's very steadfast in not wanting to pay those fees. At one point earlier on, he had asked for a letter of apology, and in the USA Today report that was apparently issued, but then kind of rescinded in a way because the association had said that it was a mistake. Apparently that's what he says. We don't have their side of that, but yeah, a lot here.
I'm typically a rule follower, but I say that when it comes down to it, being a good person is like the number one rule.
Yeah.
So, I say to this guy, hold your ground, dude.
Yeah. The neighbors are encouraging him to do so, so.
It's Arizona. I mean, it gets insanely hot there.
Very hot.
Yeah. All right. Hey, rant over. Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we'll check in with Chris Lopez, a former Arizona resident. He's getting a little bit corny this Friday morning.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are by streaming us live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back after this.
Picture a really, really cool open with some nice music, and that was what you were supposed to see.
Well, next time.
Next time, yeah.
For a lot of us, taking time to make popcorn means counting the seconds between pops in the microwave.
Yeah, a local company that makes corn puts some serious time into it. Chris Lopez continues this morning at Farmer John's Popcorn, giving us a look at everything they do. Chris, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? So when you open up a bag of pre-made popcorn, usually the top 3/4 is pretty good, and then you get to that bottom quarter, it's all crumbs. Not here at Farmer John's Popcorn. When you pop open a bag of popcorn from the top to the very bottom, it's all going to be quality, and it's due to the quality control. We're going to get into that right now. Peter Cousin, owner here at Farmer John's Popcorn. Very meticulous process we've been taking through all morning. This is the sifting process, though. Take us through it, because it's much more than popping and going down a conveyor belt.
Yeah, so after the employee pops the popcorn, we push it through our sifter. It's a big rotating drum that has holes in it. And what that does is it takes out all the broken or unpopped pieces so that no small pieces of popcorn get stuck in your bag. You're gonna get big, full blooms of ready-to-eat popcorn. Only after it passes our sifting process is it allowed to go down the conveyor and into the bagging process.
I want to talk butter.
Yeah.
Butter's one of your 3 major flavors, one of your 4 major flavors here. Now, the butter that you guys use is real butter. In comparison to other popcorn makers, no names at all, they're not using real butter like you guys.
No, we do what we call wet pop the popcorn. So we take our white kernel and we pop it in the buttery oil. When that happens, it absorbs the flavor. Other companies, they will air pop the popcorn and spray a fake buttery oil on top. That's because it's cheaper and easier for them to do. You see here that we're making everything in small batches, and we're doing it the old-fashioned way, just like my grandma did and her grandma did years ago on the stovetop.
Hey, why do you guys choose to do that? You guys are expanding as a business. You could make more money by going the cheaper way, right? Saving more and then, upping the price. Really, that's what a lot of companies do. You choose to keep it the old-fashioned way and make sure you're staying true to your guys' title.
Yeah, my wife and I decided years ago we were not going to make popcorn unless we made it the best way we possibly can. And the best way to do that is through the process we're currently doing. I don't want the fake butter that every other company in the country is selling. I want a gourmet butter product at a price that everybody can afford. When you eat our popcorn, it's almost nostalgic. Think back to your grandma's kitchen. She's popping popcorn with one of those whirly pops on the stove, the old-fashioned way. We're doing that here in Rochester and bagging it up and shipping it across the country.
No one knows you guys are here. We're going to get to that in a minute. I want to talk about this conveyor belt, this machine. About an hour ago, we were showing the small version of it where it was popping into the 18-ounce bags. These are the larger bags. This is what you guys do. This is your big-time specialty here.
Yeah, this is what we're known for. We call it the super jumbo bag. So every one of these machines, you see the conveyor brings the popcorn down. It automatically feeds the 3 baggers. Every one of these individual machines will pop out 12 bags a minute. So 3-gallon size bags, 12 a minute times 3 machines. And then the workers will grab it and put it on a pallet ready to go to the local store.
Shout out to the workers. How many total workers do you have here just popping popcorn?
We have 32 full-time employees that work right here in Rochester making this popcorn.
I'm gonna dash across here. 4 different flavors: butter, salt and pepper. What were the other 2?
Simply White and Kettle.
And what I want to do is I want to try something I haven't had before. We have the salt and pepper bag right here, guys. Fresh off of the press. Tried the butter right over there earlier in the morning. I have to try this. Now, the butter popcorn was absolutely phenomenal. I tried it, and it tasted exactly like movie theater popcorn butter, which is typically what you don't get when you try popcorn, especially pre-made popcorn. You do get the salt, you get the pepper, and it tastes like I made that, put the salt and the pepper fresh off the crank.
Yeah, we named it salt and pepper because you do taste the salt and the pepper. This is not pepper popcorn. If you taste some of our competitors on the local grocery store shelf, it tastes like a mouthful of pepper.
Yeah.
I wanted that perfect blend of salt and pepper on top of that movie theater butter flavor. So imagine you go to the movie theater, you're eating that nice popcorn, and you bring your own pepper shaker, you sprinkle a little bit on top. You're getting the butter, you're getting the salt, you're getting the pepper, you're getting all three very distinct flavors in one bite. I challenge you to try ours versus any other one you see in the marketplace.
Yeah, and the artificial flavor is really what I was trying to hit on. This does sound like or feel like you cracked your own salt and pepper. Coming up next, they're packaging the butter popcorn. We're going to show you guys the volume that they're doing here when it comes to shipping everything out. Because believe it or not, that's how they make most of their money here, is individually shipping these bad boys out to people all across the country. Back to you in studio.
You had a question.
Yeah, Chris, before you go, I'm really curious about the story behind Farmer John, the name.
You know what? I was curious too, and we're going to get to that coming up in the next segment. We'll teach you guys a little bit about Farmer John.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, Chris.
Hey, don't go anywhere. When Arc Rochester returns, it's this morning's weather trivia.
Yeah, Marty will be here after the break. Back. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is joining us now with a look at the sunshine and a little cooler, Marty, but not cold by any means.
Yeah, big change there. Just a much quieter weather scenario with some cooler weather and some lower humidity as well. And also, we have to spice it up a little bit. So it's quiet weather today. We're going to talk about severe weather. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time this morning. I think I need some sleep.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
Struggling this morning.
It's Friday. It's at the end of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, since we quieted the weather down a little bit, we'll talk about severe weather, what the criteria are for that. That's our trivia question for today. So here goes that trivia for today. We're talking about severe weather and what we have to hit to actually have it be a severe thunderstorm when they do occur. So when a severe thunderstorm occurs, how strong do its winds have to be in order for it to be considered severe? And there are your choices. 42 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 57 miles an hour, or 65 miles an hour. So which one of those thresholds has to be met for it to be considered severe? And this is when a severe thunderstorm warning would be issued, when it's anticipated that the winds will meet or exceed that threshold.
Okay, so question. So we have thunder, we have lightning, we have rain. Is it the wind that is the deciding factor on whether or not it is a severe storm?
It is. Hail comes into play as well, so that's another factor. But yeah, when you look at the wind in general, Which one of those is it? There's a threshold for hail too. Hail has to be, I'll just throw that one out there, has to be an inch or greater.
Okay.
Then a warning is issued for it. So, but for the wind side, which number is it? So
I feel,
is hard.
yeah,
Think about
and
it.
you also, every time you do weather trivia, it's like a trick question. You throw something in
tricks.
there. No, you always say that.
There's no
and then
trick.
We'll get the answer, and you're like, see what I did is I tried to trick you, and you always do.
No.
Yeah. All right. So we'll post
about
that on social media. I feel
Yeah.
like I've got a good guess.
okay, good. So we'll take a look at that in a little bit. We'll reveal that answer coming up in almost an hour or so. But today it's going to be anything but severe weather. We're going to see just some sunshine, wind out. We're seeing some scattered cloud cover try to pass through, and we're seeing at least temperatures move along pretty well. We're going to see numbers rise to 72 at noon, 76 by 4 p.m. Just that slow, gradual temperature progression throughout the day today with some sunshine winning out overall. Now we have seen cloud cover push to our south. Rain has moved out. There were just a couple of isolated showers there that you could see mainly during the overnight, especially through the Finger Lakes, but really not much to go around, and even that has moved out. So a quiet start to the day. Here's a look at the timeline with the cloud cover. Now, prior to sunrise, had a lot of cloud cover around. A lot of that low cloud cover was in place. And in general, we're going to see skies open up a little bit throughout a lot of the day. Some scattered clouds form, but notice it's mainly just that fair weather type cumulus cloud cover it's passing through. Just very shallow clouds, not really building up into the atmosphere, causing any precipitation or anything like that. Just a pretty picture out there this morning. Now, we're mainly in the 60s right now. We dropped down to about 60 this morning. Some areas of the west were in the 50s, but most areas 60 or slightly above for those readings. Just a few areas well to the south seeing some mid-50s still trying to hold on. And some of that is just a function of the cloud cover being a little bit more stubborn in some of those areas to the south for the short term. But 62 right now, breeze coming in out of the northeast about 12, but that dew point, that has dropped back significantly. That's down to 50 for that latest dew point, so that number has changed a lot. It's really dropped down quite well for us, and that's what you're feeling out there now, just that lack of that oppressive humidity. Future weather for today. Again, you can see clouds really open up pretty well for us as we go forward. Looks like a beautiful afternoon coming up for us. Again, mid-70s. Heading into tonight, still pretty quiet for that time frame. We'll slide back to about the upper 50s. And then for the day tomorrow, I think it's going to be a story where we see at least some sunshine for a lot of the day. So a nice start to the weekend. Now, there is going to be some rain this weekend. There will likely be some thunderstorms this weekend, but I think a lot of that is going to be overnight Saturday night into very early Sunday. So a lot of it is likely not going to impact outdoor plans if it lines up exactly as it's looking at this point. Again, any little variation could cause it to spill over into one of the daylight time frames. But here you go, very early on Sunday morning, about 4 a.m. That's what the latest estimate is for some of that thunderstorm activity to move through. And may see a little isolated shower early on Sunday. So if anything, the shower may linger into Sunday, but you can see the main idea there. A lot of that pulling east into central New York prior to sunrise across our area. And then we open up skies into more sun heading into Sunday. So both afternoons look pretty nice. It's just mainly Sunday morning when we could see a couple of those showers try to hold on, or if it gets delayed a little bit, it could spread into Saturday evening. So we'll have to monitor that. But it's mainly right in the middle of the weekend when that risk is there. 76 today, down to 56 tonight. Next couple days, we see those numbers come up a little bit more, 82 or 84 and 82 for the two weekend highs. Again, that risk of rain is there this weekend, but mainly overnight, Saturday night. And as we head into Monday, we cool down a little bit, 77 then, and then we rise back through the 80s, probably closing in on 90 again by the middle of next week.
That sunshine has been so great for, I don't know about you guys, but my mood.
Oh, yeah.
It just, I don't know, it makes everything seem better.
Yeah. It really helps just your psychology, just your inner thought process and your, how you feel inside. So.
Yeah.
It's the vitamin D for me.
Yeah, vitamin
There
D
you go.
for sure. Yeah.
That's probably it. That's probably the more scientific explanation for it.
No, feelings are good. Feelings are good.
Yeah.
I have to take the little capsules because I'm severely vitamin D deficient.
Oh, yeah.
Take them.
Okay, so I started taking those and it was great, but it was right around the same time that it started to get warm out.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I think it's the sunshine. I really do. I think that those tablets aren't doing anything, and it's just the beautiful weather.
Just a placebo, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is nice just to get out there, enjoy the sunshine. I have a whole bunch of things I need to get done at home. So getting ready to get out there this weekend, just knock a few things off the list when it's just nice and quiet out.
Marty, you deserve a break. You deserve a rest day.
Well, that's my problem. I'm so far behind in all my outdoor tasks because it was so not nice through May.
I don't know,
Now
man.
I'm checking those things off the list.
A better man than I.
Never ends.
All right, Marty, thank you.
Sure.
Much more to get to this morning on Our Rochester.
We're back after this. morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. This morning, we want to take you behind the story.
Yeah, late last night, the House passed a rescissions package slicing over $1 billion in funding for public broadcasting. It will now be signed by President Trump, who says the cuts will best serve the taxpayer.
With reaction to this developing story, we are joined now by the president and CEO of WXXI, Chris Hastings. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
The last time we spoke about this, it was very much in a hypothetical place. So now seeing this more official action, what was your reaction to seeing this?
I'm be completely honest with you. I was saddened. I'm saddened because the American people had agreed to fund public media for the next 2 years, and it's being stripped away. So I am saddened that the process, the way it happened, went down. But I think right now I'm going to try to be optimistic about what we need to do in the future, because I think the mission still holds. They can take the money, but the mission is still here. What we do is so important and so vital right now. So I think I'm a little bit emboldened to operate in new ways, because the mission still holds. They can take the money, but the mission is there.
What does this mean for the average person? How will this affect them?
You know, at the moment, in the short term, everything that we're doing, we're going to continue to do. For the average person in Rochester, I think you won't see much difference in our service in the short term. But I think across the country, there are some services that are going to be at risk. In particular, our children's programming. Stations who buy into PBS, if they're not able to pay their fees, they might not be able to bring you children's programming. I'm not sure what that's going to be like across the country in the coming months. But I know here in Rochester, we're going to keep children's programming going. We're going to keep our news operation going. But I think in the months and the years ahead, as we continue to figure out what the wave looks like, we're going to have to really look at what services we're able to keep and what services we can't.
And to put things into perspective for viewers, we know that there are multiple funding sources for NPR, other public broadcasting. How big of an impact would taking away this federal funding have on those costs?
Well, when you think about how NPR and PBS are funded, they're mostly funded by stations. And we as stations, we take our appropriation and we purchase that content from PBS and NPR. So I think immediately, because we don't have that money coming in from CPB across the country, I would think it's going to affect them in ways that we just don't know yet. And it depends on every station situation is slightly different.
I know the day is still it's still very early. The day is young. I imagine you probably haven't spoken too much to your colleagues and those that you work with in this industry. But for the most part, what is the general reaction that you're picking up on? Is it anxiety? Is it sadness? Is it anger? Is it all of it?
I think it's mostly sadness. I mean, I think there's a level of anger, and I can't speak for all my colleagues, but I think what happened last night was building for months, if not years. And so we've worked really hard to stay really close on the issue. Even my internal staff, we've been meeting about the potential of this happening since I arrived literally 7 months ago. So I would say that while last night's vote was hard for many of us, and we're all on text messages and team chats and Zoom meetings, I think we're resolved to hold on to the mission. I think while we're sad today, tomorrow we continue to fight.
And I'm wondering, as Abi was saying, this is a developing story. We're learning new things each and every day. Has there been any sort of guidance from NPR, for example?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been talking to NPR and PBS pretty actively through the process. We're really looking at how we sustain this system. I believe NPR is even trying to help some stations that are most at risk. I know our colleagues at PBS are working on things that sort of help with this transition and this process. I think what you have to remember is that while we're not officially a network, we're all very connected, and we're all talking and coming up with strategies to sustain the system. I think at the end of the day, the mission holds. And as we look at different ways to bring in revenue, We're all looking at different ways how to start local and really make sure that we're continuing to sustain the system.
What you just said there was pretty striking. The mission holds. Tell everybody what your mission is.
Our mission is to educate people with information. PBS is usually that first preschool teacher for many kids, but as we get older and we get into all the content, news, and Antiques Roadshow and Masterpiece, we're for generational learners, and I don't think whatever this cut means, I think we're going to hold to the mission of educating our community, all of our community, no matter where you come from. And at the core of it, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that we're a place for everybody's voice, but we're also going to make sure that we serve underrepresented audiences. That is the core mission of what public media is, and we're going to continue that work. We just might have to do it a little bit different, have a little bit of a different footprint, but we're hoping we're going to make some new partnerships. Many of you who are listening today, you might be members of WXXI. If you're not a sustaining member, I encourage you to go to wxxi.org/give and become a longtime partner to us. We hope the corporate community will come on and partner with us. I think what's important is the mission is what brings us together, and we're going to continue working that mission.
And really quickly, just wondering, we were talking a little bit about the short term before and how there won't be any sort of immediate impacts, but I'm wondering how soon, given that funding for 2 budget years has been severely cut, how soon and what sort of impact would that look like in the long run?
I don't want to put a number on it today, because again, as you said, this is still very fresh. I haven't had a chance to really speak with my team today. But I think, as we look ahead, we're actively looking at things day to day, week to week, month to month. And as changes come up, we're going to let the media know, we're going to let our members know. But most importantly, we're going to work with our staff and make sure they know before anybody knows.
Very good. Chris Hastings, thank you for your time today. We really, really appreciate it. And we'll keep our eye on this story, as I know you certainly will. And check 13wham.com for the latest updates.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to get to here on our Rochester, including when we come back. We're once again checking in with Chris Lopez, who's getting it poppin' this Friday morning.
And don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back on the other side of the break.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Things have been popping for us all morning long over at Farmer John's in Rochester. Chris Lopez has been showing us how they make their popcorn, and he's been showcasing some of the varieties that they have.
Yeah, they have a bunch there. So we'll check in with Chris for one more pop this morning. Hey, hey there.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yes, so you saw the process of them making their popcorn, both in the small bags and then as well in the big bags. But a lot of their business is shipping out either wholesale, is what you're looking at right now, or direct to consumer. Believe it or not, that's how they make most of their money here at Farmer John's Popcorn. I want to bring in Peter Cousin. He's the owner here. A lot shipping out, man.
Yeah.
When I was asking you where you ship to, everywhere, doesn't matter.
All over the country. So on a daily basis at 5 a.m. every morning, we download our orders from customer orders from the night before, whether it's QVC, HSN, Amazon, or our own website. We then sort that over here by flavor, by SKU, all the different combinations, and then our employees will ship all of these packages to individual homes all across the country.
We mentioned quality control, machines, AI taking over. You chose no. We're going to stick with the employees that I hired, keeping them here full time, making sure that each and every individual order is complete and it's up to standard. Can you tell us about the quality control, what they're doing right now?
Yeah, so right now in this particular area, they're stickering all the boxes to go to different homes. Every employee in this building, one employee or another, will touch every single box and bag that leaves this facility. It's not done by a machine. It's not done by electronic eye. It's done by humans that live, work, and come to here every day right in Rochester.
And shipping, volume-wise, how much are you guys shipping out daily, monthly, yearly? Because we thought it was like you're giving to these businesses, but you say, no, a lot of it is just individuals' homes all over the nation.
Yeah, so we make 3 to 5 truckloads a day to ship out to like Wegmans and Tops, but our real big business is shipping anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 boxes a day to individual homes. Now, what you're looking at now, earlier in the segment, we showed you the little bags we were making fresh over there. They're literally being boxed up right now to ship to houses literally all across the country from every corner of the United States. That's how fresh our popcorn is. It's not sitting in the back room. It's made fresh. You saw it earlier. Now we're packaging it by hand and shipping it out.
I wanted to talk about that. Other companies, make it, it could be a year, 8 months. It's sitting on the shelf. It's sitting in their warehouse. But then when it comes to order, then they ship it out. You guys, relatively, essentially, fresh, hot off the press, goes into the box, boom, it goes to Michigan, Arizona, California, international, wherever.
Yeah, we do not make anything ahead of time. So every package that leaves here was made either the day before or day of. We don't stock inventory in any way, shape, or form. You saw us earlier packaging these little bags. You were holding one live on TV. Those exact bags right now are being boxed up, 20 in a box, and shipping everywhere.
And then I also want to talk about QVC, man. I asked you, I said, who the heck watches QVC anymore? That's crazy. Someone is just sitting there watching and waiting to buy something off of television. But you said that is a big-time money generator.
Yeah, we love QVC. QVC has created this entire business for us. When my wife and I started the company, we just wanted to sell microwave popcorn on QVC. Then they asked us to make butter and kettle, and we did that for QVC. They have really helped us grow from a company that nobody knows to a company that everybody across the country knows now.
And then it's not the pre-made popcorn that's your biggest seller. It's actually the microwave popcorn that's your biggest seller. But there, I read on your guys' website, there's a certain way to pop that popcorn. It's not, set it for 2 minutes and then leave it.
Yeah, with our microwave popcorn, we do larger 3.5-ounce bags. And why is that different? Well, if you go to the local grocery store, you're going to see those bags are 3 ounces or under. And that's what your microwave popcorn button is set for. Ours are the larger 3.5-ounce bags, so you really have to set it for about 2 minutes, listen for 2 to 3 seconds in between each pop, and you're going to get 9 cups of popcorn, where every other popcorn company on the shelf, you're going to get 6 to 7 maybe.
And if someone wants to check you guys out, they want a direct purchase right to their home. I know they can get it at Tops, they can get it at Wegmans. Where do they go to buy it online?
There's two different ways. We recommend you go to qvc.com,
Okay.
or you can buy it right from our website at farmerjohnspopcorn.com.
There we go. And we're going to have information on our website. Thank you so much, sir, for granting us access to this place. We have some bills to pay coming up on ARC Rochester. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio probably in about 3 minutes or so.
.50, and we are going behind the curtain this morning, getting a closer look at how Jiva Theater is celebrating one of country music's most legendary voices.
Yeah, Always, Patsy Cline is based on the true story of Cline's life and includes some of her most iconic songs. This morning, we're joined by the stars of the show to learn more. We have Emmy Bills and Sonia Marquis. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
First of all, this is so interesting. I think so many people maybe recognize Patsy Cline's name. They probably know the songs, but they might not put two and two together. So give us a little overview of what this is about and what they'll be hearing too.
Well, Louise Seeger was a woman who was very, very, very much a big fan of Patsy, and she was an actual person. So this is kind of her memory of Patsy and her music and how they met and became friends, and more than just pen pals, actually. But yeah, and it's just a really big story about friendship. It's based on things that actually happened. So
yeah, it's a combination of her memories and
much
part
music.
Patsy Cline concert. There's 28 songs.
28 songs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What has it been like to prepare for those songs? That's a lot of music.
Yeah, it is. It's been such a delight because her music, like you said, some people might know, Crazy, might know Walking After Midnight, but then there's this whole extra catalog that maybe you've heard in passing, but you don't know are hers. So when I was preparing for this role, Sonia and I did this show together 9 years ago. So this has been a fun reunion for us. But
with the director who directed us.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
how
which
cool.
has been so fun. Yeah.
Oh, yes. But in preparation for all of that, I was shocked to be like, oh, I know this song. Oh, and I know this song too. So I have my prepared Patsy playlist, and she's with me all the time, but it's been a real joy.
That is really excellent. And gosh, what a cool reunion, right?
Oh, so fun. Yeah.
Tell us about the characters that you play.
Well, Louise is a big personality. she loves big. She's lots of feels. She's a storyteller, and I think she just has a lot of joy, finds a lot of joy in things, and she's take charge gal, and living her best life. And meeting Patsy Cline is like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is the best.
And she makes friends with the audience too.
Oh,
so
good. Okay.
it's got a little bit of we're breaking the fourth wall a decent amount in the show.
sure.
And then I'm playing Patsy, who, real person who lived, and she lived to be 30 years old and had so many hits, and it's really wonderful to see how much of her material is still so relevant and impactful in today's music scene still, and that's 60 years after her death.
Yeah. What has it been like to embody these characters? I mean, we're taking a look at some videos here. Seems like there are, big personalities involved. So what is it like taking that on?
It's a real treat. It's really, really fun. I'm honored because to continue Patsy's legacy is just so wonderful. And being able to play with Louise every night is so much fun. We just we cackle at each other all the time.
Yeah. And I love the opportunity to talk directly to the audience. To be able to do that and kind of feed off of their energy and, play off of each other. It's a gift. I don't know. It's so fun.
So you guys have done the show together before. You're doing it again now. I'm wondering if there are any new challenges that you have had to face this time around that maybe you didn't have to face before.
New challenges. Well, I think every time, this will be the third time that I've played Louise, but every time I play her, I feel like there's some kind of new discovery or a little bit of a different take. I think every show you do anyway, you're always learning and growing, and but a new challenge, probably the speed of the process. Okay. Yeah, because we have done it before. The rehearsal process was truncated, right? So, so it feels like a whirlwind, but it didn't feel like not enough. But man, we jumped. We jumped right in there, and now we're in previews, and it's like, woo, here we are. So probably, I guess that, but not a challenge in a bad way by any stretch. Just,
Yeah. Exercising new muscles.
Yeah,
Sure.
Or getting out of your head, making sure your head doesn't go, oh my gosh, it's so fast, right? We had like 10 rehearsals, and then we had previews. So
You got to trust that it's in there.
fast. Yeah, it was real fast.
All right, so the show runs now through the beginning of August 3rd. Yes.
That's right.
Very good. And for somebody who wants to go, they're saying, I'm a huge Patsy Cline fan, huge Louise fan, like whatever it is. Give us the rundown for what they need to know.
You can get tickets at jivatheater.org, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see you.
Yeah. You don't even have to be a fan of Patsy or Louise, because it's just about friendship. Come out and see a great story about friendship. Yeah.
Have a fun night at the theater.
Very good.
Tap your toes.
Yeah. Is singing and dancing in your seat quietly encouraged?
Oh, absolutely.
Very good.
Enjoy yourself.
Thank you both for your
Thanks so
time
much.
today.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. As always, ticketing information will go over on foxrochester.com.
Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to come here on Arc Rochester.
We're back after this. o'clock on this Friday morning, the final hour of Arc Rochester, the last day of the work week. We're crawling to the finish line, my friends.
Yeah.
We're almost there. Thanks
I'm right there with you.
Yes. Yeah. It's been a week. Weather-wise, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's the good news. And today looks like an all right day for us. Some sun, lower temperatures, lower humidity. So a lot of things working together. But today, since it's so quiet in the weather, we got to talk about severe weather.
Yeah, why not, right?
Throw something out there, bring it a little more spicy. But we're going to talk about our thresholds for severe weather and how strong the wind has to be to have a thunderstorm actually be considered severe. So our trivia question for today, here's how we have that phrased. We want to know in a thunderstorm, what threshold do winds have to exceed in order for it to be considered severe for the thunderstorm? We have 42 miles an hour, we have 50, we have 57, 65. Which one do you guys think?
I'm going to go with 42.
Okay.
Okay, same.
And here's why. Because I feel like I've seen severe thunderstorm warnings, like, relatively recent.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking that there's been too much damage associated with it. So
Right.
I'm going with the lowest number. That's my thinking.
Okay.
Steph?
Yes, I'm there too.
Retweet.
42. And I think Cheryl online, I think she guessed 42 as well.
Oh,
All right.
The answer is actually 57.
what?
For that, yeah.
I knew.
And it's all in it. I have to admit, I have to stop and think of it myself because it's all related to knots. 50 knots as far as the speed goes, and the equivalent is 57 point something. It's 1.15 is the conversion factor. So it's 57 is just below severe criteria, so they have to exceed 57. So 58, 59, 60 is severe. 57, 56, 55 is not. Even though you can get damage from winds of that speed, it's just not in that range to be considered a severe thunderstorm. Or you have to have hail of an inch or greater.
Yeah. What am I thinking of then? Maybe just like a weather alert? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong wind.
Yeah,
You know,
it
that'll
is.
blow some stuff around once you get into that range.
Yeah.
But we do have the wind advisory. That's at 50.
That's, I think,
50
what it
miles an hour is the threshold for that. Yeah. So
Okay.
it was close. It was close. But that's a tough one. That's more of like a bookkeeping type question. So we're going from that. We're going to talk about muddy paws this morning. Which they're not going to be all that muddy during the day today. That's the good news. We have Finley. And I understand that Finley got into some black mulch. I guess got wet and got into some black mulch. And he seemed very proud of what he just did.
Yeah, look at that
So
face.
he's smiling about it, which I think I'd be doing too if I were a dog who just rolled in black mulch. But today it's not going to be a case where you're going to have muddy paws. It's going to be not too bad today. Saturday looks dry. Like I mentioned earlier this morning, it'll be a case where overnight Saturday night into Sunday, we could pick up a couple showers and thunderstorms. So maybe a muddy paw early Sunday, but then going into Monday and Tuesday, we start to dry out. But thank you for sending in that picture of Finley, who had a little fun rolling in some mulch.
I think it's probably bath time for Finley, but not because of muddy paws. It's like mulchy paws.
Yeah, exactly. Had a little bit of fun out there. So good to see a dog having some fun. Always nice to see pups enjoying some, even if it is making them messy, as long as you're not the one to ask to clean them up. That's a good thing.
Right.
But today is going to be a case where it is going to stay dry. It's going to be a nice day for us. We're going to see some sunshine, hold on. We're going to see some fair weather cumulus clouds, a little puffy clouds trying to pass through, but that's going to be about it. We'll get up to about the mid-70s for highs heading into the afternoon, which is actually below average by a little bit. But then again, that's how we get averages. We're above and below, and today's going to be one of those days below average, but still a nice day. Any rain that we did see overnight, there were just a couple of isolated showers. They have now tapered off and moved out. So very quiet on radar. Even the cloud cover, that has moved out. Here's very early this morning, just prior to sunrise, had a lot of cloud cover in place, a lot of low clouds. But notice how throughout the 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock hour, those skies really open up nicely. And there you can see a few of those little puffy cumulus clouds passing through. Just really nothing all that notable, just kind of pretty with those clouds passing through and not really causing any issues for us. And we're going to see some sunshine hold on for a lot of the day. Again, temperatures coming in cooler than recent days. A lot of 60s out there now, a few 50s holding on well south of town. And even the moisture level in the atmosphere, the humidity, that has dropped back by quite a bit during the day today. That dew point, that's coming in at 49, so really not too bad in that category. It was near 70 yesterday. So again, that number is held back quite a bit, and it's going to be a comfortable day. There's that sunshine. The wind's out today, going into some of the nighttime hours, still at least mainly clear for a lot of that time frame, and that'll allow us to pull back mainly into the upper 50s to near 60 for a low. And then as we head through the day on Saturday, Saturday looks nice. Quite a bit of the day features a lot of sun. Towards the end of the day, you can see just a couple extra clouds try to work in. The one thing we have to watch closely is going through Saturday night. So even the evening, not looking bad on Saturday. It's mainly overnight. There's that rain that I spoke of. We'll see some of that move through. Fairly brief, but could see some thunderstorms along that line as that passes through, which could wet the ground pretty well for early Sunday. But notice as we head past sunrise early Sunday, a lot of that's moving east into central New York, maybe a little lingering shower for the first couple hours of daylight, but then we start to dry things out and clear things out. Any small change in that timing could cause it to spill a little bit more over into Sunday, or if it delays a little bit, it could be the case there. So again, we'll have to watch that for any small changes in the timing, because it is a close call. It is just threading the needle between those 2 days there. But today, dry day, much lower humidity, about 76, 56 tonight, 80s for the weekend. Again, you have to watch Saturday night. Any little change in that precipitation timing could get it into either late Saturday or early Sunday, but most of both daylight hours stay dry. And then heading into next week, we cool down on Monday, but then rise right back into the 80s, could even be in that upper 80s to near 90 range again as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So a little bit of something for everyone. If you like the heat and humidity, we've got some of that coming up later next week. Today, much lower humidity than what we have been seeing. So at least you can choose a day, and it's probably going to be to your liking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I choose today.
Yeah,
right?
It's going to be nice.
Pretty comfortable for the most part. I mean, looking ahead into next week a little bit, you'll need to crank the air conditioners. But, otherwise, low 80s, it's not bad.
It's not bad, yeah. And I think initially that humidity is going to stay a little lower this weekend, so that's going to be good.
That is good.
I wouldn't shut the AC off yesterday at our house, and then all of a sudden it turned back on.
Mysteriously.
So I think there was, mysteriously, I don't know.
Maybe you have a
else did,
ghost,
so
Marty.
Might be.
Or like,
I'll have to-
kids that are a little too hot.
No, it's not the kids. But I think we'll have to do some convincing over the weekend, because we can pull that back a little bit, turn the AC off, get a little break.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, Marty, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, stick around. We've got much more to come here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, we're breaking down some of the top political headlines in this morning's Political Pulse.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13WAM YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. We're back after this.
for Political Pulse Check here on ARC Rochester. And this morning, we want to learn more about President Donald Trump's diagnosis with chronic venous insufficiency.
Yeah, so for more on what the condition is, what causes it, and possible treatments, we're joined now by Dr. Jennifer Ellis, a vascular surgeon and medical director at the U of R Medicine Vein Care Center. Good morning, Doc. Thanks so much for being here.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I think for the average person, chronic venous insufficiency sounds like something that they've never heard of before. So break it down for us. Tell us exactly what it is and what this means for the president.
Yes, chronic venous insufficiency can sound scary, but it's actually a very common problem. About 30% of all Americans will be affected by this at some point during their life. It is more common in women. The veins are muscular tubes in our legs, and they're designed to drain the blood from your feet and pump it back to your heart. They have valves in there to help support that flow against gravity. And over time, the muscle in our vein walls can weaken, and the valves don't work correctly then. People experience symptoms from this in multiple different ways. One common way can be swelling. People can also experience visible veins in their legs, spider veins, varicose veins. Their legs can also be tired and achy at the end of the day, and sometimes people can get diagnosed with restless leg syndrome, but it's really a varicose vein problem.
And what are the causes? Is it a genetic or lifestyle sort of thing?
There are many causes. One of the most common causes is hereditary. It is twice as likely that you'll develop this if you're a woman, and one of the reasons is pregnancy is a major risk factor as well. We also can see this as a result of prior blood clots or DVTs that can damage the valves in our legs. And another reason we see it is occupational. So if somebody has a very sedentary lifestyle or job, or long periods of standing as well can affect the veins.
So then looking at some of the images that we just had up on the screen of the president, we were showing his hands and his ankles. For somebody sitting at home, if they're thinking, okay, my ankles look like that, or my hands look like that, is this a sign that they should go see a doctor? What should they do?
Well, ankle swelling certainly can be a symptom of vein disease, but it's not the only one. Typically, we don't see hand swelling as a cause or as a symptom of vein disease. But if you do have visible varicose veins or leg swelling, certainly you should see your doctor and be evaluated, and they can refer you to us if there's concern.
And what do some of the treatment options look like?
So a lot of people are afraid to seek treatment because they know somebody or had a grandmother who had treatment that was lengthy. But luckily, our current medical treatments these days are mostly office-based, minimally invasive, done under local anesthesia, and quick. Most people are back to full activity the next day and sometimes the same day after treatment, and they are covered by insurance.
It is, it's very interesting and, I'm sure very eye-opening to a lot of people. For you personally, as a doctor, would you say it's pretty common for people to come in and they're looking for treatment like this?
Yes, it is a very common reason to seek treatment, and we see it in younger patients as well. So it does happen more frequently as you age, but we do see a lot of young people in their 30s as well.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And is treatment something that is able to reverse this or help someone cope or maintain the disease?
Both, actually. So in some cases, we can completely correct the disease process, but in some people, it's a more chronic, lifelong process, and we would know that by our imaging studies that we would do.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate the insight. I had one more thought. Sorry, I just remembered it. Compression socks. I was thinking about that yesterday. Is that something that can help with that, or is that like, don't even bother at this point? Like, if you're getting to the point where your ankles are that swollen, like there's no use for it. You need other treatment.
Compression socks are wonderful. Everybody should be wearing them.
Everybody, okay.
Yes, I'm wearing mine today. But you should see a medical professional to get appropriately treated and fit for them, as they are sized in a special way. They don't come by shoe and sock size, but they can be very helpful. They come in different strengths, and their role is to prevent the fluid in the blood from settling in the lowest parts of your leg throughout the day. their compression is graduated. So they're tightest at the ankle and less tight as you go towards the knee. And that helps the health of the leg throughout the day. Many people who do wear them will notice that their legs feel much more energetic and less painful at the end of the day.
That's great to know.
Yeah, really, really interesting stuff. Again, thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. And best of luck to you. We'll continue to follow this story for you at home.
Thank you.
Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to get to here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, it's the Weekend Buzz.
Yeah, Scott and Sandy are in the building. We're back after this. Time for the best part of Friday here on Arc Rochester. It's the Weekend Buzz.
Yeah, Scott and Sandy join us now for this week's Jerk or Justified. And First Try Friday a little bit later, but excited.
I don't like the First Try Friday. Maybe.
I don't know. It didn't look promising. I saw it.
Oh, no.
You're about to ruin one of my favorite things.
I know.
One of my favorite
I haven't
things.
tried it.
It might melt while we're talking here, but whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Okay, so Jerk or Justified today, and actually, we did it this morning, and this is something that we wonder if contractors hate.
So the other day, we had people to come up and clean our roof. We have lots of moss that grows because we're kind of shaded, and it was ruining the shingles. So I found this great company. They came in, all the workers and stuff, and one dude was carrying a ladder while I'm standing talking to another employee. And as I'm standing there, I notice, well, I actually pulled the "while you're here" bit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
While you're here, can you?
While you're here, can you, like, there was a dead branch hanging from the tree that was stuck.
Okay.
And I'm like, while you're here?
So
While you're here, can you do that?
It's not?
I don't think so.
Well,
Did they have to like cut anything, or was it like, oh, just
it
toss
was
this
just
over
dangling,
the side?
and I didn't have anything to knock it off. And he had this ladder, it was all up, and he was walking by, and I'm like, while you're here, could you?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do contractors hate that? The while you're here, ask.
Right.
From the homeowner. You're not hired to do that job, but while they're there.
Now, have you ever done that?
Well, I've never hired a contractor. We're very much
Very
do it
handy.
yourself.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know about that, but we're
Good
pretty
for you.
poor.
Didn't you
Pretty
build your
poor.
own deck or something?
My husband. Well, we have a deck.
Yeah.
When we bought the house, the deck was falling apart.
Oh, yeah.
And it was completely sloped down.
Oh.
Like we were standing on it and it was like rocking back and forth.
Oh,
and we're like,
no.
this is really dangerous.
Uh-huh.
But that was okay. My husband and my father-in-law and our friend fixed
did
it up
it all.
completely. They did it all. Yeah, and they did a beautiful job.
Everybody needs one of those.
Yeah, but like
Those
the
friends
big,
who knows how to do things.
big learning curve. Like
Yeah.
it took a while, and there was
Mm-hmm.
a lot of trial and error.
So let's say hypothetical then. You hired someone to come in and do a job. Would you even dare ask, hey, while you're here, can you also XYZ, whatever that might be?
I have done this with a maintenance man.
Okay.
So he came in to look, I think he was putting down some sort of putty, and I had dropped a spoon behind the oven.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, would you mind? He was very cool about it, and I got the spoon back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a tiny, tiny
Okay,
ask.
that's
No.
like
He had to move the oven.
Wait, was he already back there? Like, why?
He was, he was putting putty down in the kitchen. It was a studio, so like, it's the same area.
Yeah, right, right.
But he had to move the stove. He wasn't working on the stove.
No.
He was, okay.
Yeah.
But
Okay, tell him
he's-
yours. Tell him yours.
Well, I think we all have done this. So next time you do hire a contractor, you'll feel like the need to do this. I had painters in the house. Now I have like very narrow, but a 2-story foyer. And I have a chandelier, obviously, like we all do in our foyer.
Yeah, so we all
all
do.
do.
Of course we do.
in our foyer.
Well,
yes,
no, it's
we
a
all
very
have
tiny
Foyer.
whatever.
It's foyer.
Yeah, anyhow, there's no way I'm getting up there to change light bulbs because I don't even know how. And when I asked my husband to do it, the look on his face, just climbing the ladder, sweat is pouring down. He's like, I go, okay, fine, we'll do without lights for a while. Then the painters came, and I'm like, so while you're there, and I gave them a full box of light bulbs. I'm like, do you mind?
All of them?
Yeah. Wow. And he goes, but they're not all out. I go, no.
Take them all
Can you
out.
change them all?
Yeah, right.
And he did. I did feel guilty, but I mean,
I think everybody's done it in some way, shape, or form. Just like, while you're there.
but does it
what?
annoy contractors? Like for us homeowners, we all do it, but we try to decide the moral compass.
Yeah.
Do contractors hate
Yeah.
it?
So
So
this,
would you say jerk
this
or
morning on the Buzz, we did this as jerk
Yeah.
or just.
So what would you
Yeah.
say the verdict should be?
Well, here's my question. Do you tip them? Do you pay them a little extra? Do you say like, hey, thanks,
I'm trying to think of what I did with the painters. Knowing me, I probably didn't. But
My thing was
what does it look for?
my thing was literally just walking in a direction and knocking something. So
he didn't
I didn't
either.
tip extra. No.
See, okay, so I might. I might do that.
Yeah.
How much would you tip?
I don't know. It depends on the ask.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
here, I hired movers when we moved into our house for one thing and one thing only, and it was this massive piano.
Oh,
that I
cool.
own. Family heirloom. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We didn't ask for it. It just appeared.
Oh.
Yeah. One day, my aunt, like a really distant aunt, was like, "We have a piano for you," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "It's being delivered." So then we moved. We had to find somebody to move the piano. The people that moved it out of the house were like, "Please don't call us again. This thing is so heavy. We're not moving it again."
Oh, no.
And so we had to find new movers. And so I was on the phone with them, and I'm like, "I'm letting you know the piano is insanely heavy." And they're like, "We got it. Don't worry." They get there, and they're like, "Oh, this is insanely heavy." So they're like getting ready to move it. They're like getting everything prepped. And I ran to the bank to get more money out.
Oh, God.
Oh, you did. The
Yes.
guilt money.
I
guilt
felt
money.
so horrible because it, several steps to get up, and there were only 2 of them, and I was like,
So you just gave him what, $20? No.
way more than that. They were specific movers for heavy stuff.
Oh.
Clawfoot tubs, pianos. There were like
Well,
other
then
things
that's
on
what
the
they
thing.
do.
Yeah.
It is. This is a really heavy piano.
They even said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well,
you
I can't
say,
tell you what they said when they moved.
I would imagine.
You say jerk
Yeah.
to ask.
Yeah.
You say?
I feel like there's a scale.
Right.
There's no
So-
scale on jerk or justified. It's
There's
black
no,
or white,
yeah,
jerk
there's
or
no
justified.
depends, right?
I'm going to say justified.
Justified. Thank
was
you.
good. That was the verdict.
Am I the only one?
We had one gal call and say that her husband gets asked all the time, and it really
He doesn't
screws
like
him
it.
up. Yeah.
He hates it. He goes, because everything is budgeted minute by minute. And you think a task is going to be an easy ask, but it ends up being a bigger deal.
Way longer.
But anyhow, the majority of people who listened and weighed in said justified. So there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I guess it depends on the contractor, right?
Yeah.
And like Sandy said earlier today, if it's someone coming in just doing something quick, that's one thing. But you have to have a little relationship with them first. You have to establish, you know, like painters are there for maybe a couple of days, depending on what you have done.
Yeah.
That's when you can be like, hey, buddy, let me hook you up.
I could see how it would be annoying though, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to debate the verdict because.
But from here on in, when we have anyone that's going to do any work on their house and has any handyman, just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Decide whether it's jerk or justified in your situation.
This was a tough one.
Yeah.
I know it's that fine line of,
I don't know. All right. Hey, you guys are sticking around. We have
Yes.
one more segment. When Arc Rochester returns, what are we doing? First Try Friday.
Yeah.
Cool. We're back after this. Thanks so much for staying with us on Arc Rochester. We're back now. Scott and Sandy are here for this morning's First Try Friday.
Yeah.
This
Are you
looks
excited?
terrifying.
I'm excited. I am.
When I saw the ice cream, yes.
Yes.
Because it's my favorite food. Soy sauce is also one of my favorite foods.
It is.
Well, now let's combine it.
I don't feel great about this.
Where did you get this from? Where'd you get this from?
Well, apparently it's supposed to give it salted caramel vibes.
Huh?
Now you asked the question, why not just buy salted caramel ice
Right.
cream? I don't know, because we need a First Try Friday.
Yeah.
But when I went in to pick up the ice cream and stuff, I bumped into Jim. I would just like to say hi to Jim. He listens, or excuse me, watches this segment.
Hi, Jim.
Every week. So we were talking about this, and he's like, that sounds pretty good. So
We'll have to wait and see, Jim. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to say, why don't you try the olive oil too?
No, that's it. I was walking out, and I hear someone go, Sandy, and I'm like, and I stared at him. And I'm like, oh, do I tell you I don't know who you are?
Right,
do
yeah,
I
right.
fake it and
You know how
act
that
like
is.
I know who you are? He goes, you don't know me. Okay, so soy sauce.
She put a drizzle.
Too much.
Why?
Okay.
Is that too much?
I don't know.
Hey,
I
Fine.
don't know what I'm doing.
And then, now olive oil, what's that supposed to do?
I don't
to you?
know.
I have
saw
heard
that.
a lot about this
Yeah,
one.
you asked me
Olive
off
oil?
air.
Dua Lipa, I think, does it. So I really
on.
wanted to try it.
That's the girl that did the other weird thing.
Yeah, we did.
Really?
We
What
tested
was
that
that?
out. That was the Coke and,
What was it?
oh my God, what did she mix?
it?
with the Coke?
Jalapenos?
Oh.
Help.
No, it was
Pickles?
What am I getting into?
Pickles.
Yeah.
Pickles and Coke?
So I don't really trust anything that
Little
close.
olives, the muzzle. I told Sandy to bring in the giant, gallon tin because it's a very Italian thing.
Okay, what do we do first? Soy sauce?
I don't want that.
Okay, let's all try the soy. Yeah, let's try the soy sauce. Go ahead.
Go, dig in.
Okay.
Yeah, don't take that one.
Remember, salted caramel vibes.
Okay.
Salted caramel vibe, huh?
Let's see.
All right.
Cheers.
I mean, it doesn't look bad. Cheers. Beep.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
That
Oh,
tastes
yeah.
incredible.
That's terrible.
No.
Maybe you got more. That. Okay. So.
It immediately tastes good. Oh, you don't like it? Oh, wait, do you like it? I like it too.
I get the aftertaste of the ice cream, but I got soy sauce.
Maybe you got a little bit too much soy.
Wait, I really
Maybe if you mix it up a lot.
Abby.
Hold on.
It tastes exactly like my dinner last night. Because I had sushi and then I had vanilla ice cream right after.
Really?
So,
That's
yeah.
So what do you say? Yes or no?
It's not bad. I wouldn't like.
It has to get to the right. It has to get to the right ratio. And what do they call that taste?
They said it's supposed to be salted caramel.
Yeah, salty and caramel. That's not what they call umami, is it?
Oh, yes.
It is.
yes,
That's what. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like the not sweet, not sour, not
Okay.
salty. Yeah.
First try Friday, for me, that one's a thumbs up.
I'm fine with it. I wouldn't do it intentionally.
I would do it. I would do it intentionally. I love this. Okay, so this would be.
Oh, you
First
just
time.
keep that one. Now, what's up with the olive oil?
Now this is. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. I just saw this. So.
But you said Dua Lipa does this?
Yeah.
Like why? Because
Just to
she
go-
likes the taste,
just to go
or
viral.
is it good for you?
Yeah.
Is it
Just
good?
got a weird taste.
Is it
There's
good
a
for you,
little
or is it just taste
yeah,
good?
I don't know.
It has like some healthy fats.
Olive
from
oil
the-
can't be bad for you.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's not?
everybody's
Try
just
it.
trying to go viral, so they'll mix anything
Okay,
together.
so let me try this.
Ready?
I don't feel great about this, but okay, sure.
Actually, yeah.
I'm sorry, Steph. You're good.
Don't get too much olive oil.
That's nasty.
Oh no, yum. I like this even better.
See,
No, I don't
that's
like this
awful.
one. No,
That
that
one's
tastes
nasty.
like I'm drinking olive oil.
I'm sorry.
I love the taste of a good olive oil, though.
I like this better than the soy sauce.
So do
I
I.
love
But
the
olive
soy
oil,
sauce.
it has such a strong taste.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer avocado oil when I cook.
Okay, yeah.
You would think that I would like this being Italian and
Yeah.
all. You know what I mean?
Come on. Don't you guys just drink
Italian-
glasses of it?
Yeah. Italian. We love our olive oil. No, I'm all.
I like this better than the soy sauce.
Really? See,
Yes.
I wasn't mad about the soy sauce.
Okay.
Not from
Well, you put this over here. And we'll
Between
put
us,
this one right
we liked
here.
this one.
We could just drizzle this in here.
And then freeze it.
That would be way too much. I'm wondering, like, if you could tell the difference, like blind taste test, do you think you would know?
Oh,
like,
so-
Between
real
these
salted
two?
caramel, no,
Oh.
real salted caramel, and soy sauce.
Yes.
You, Steph thinks she would know. I think I would know too.
Well, because
I
this
think
is
I would-
stronger.
I think I would know, unless the ratio was perfect. That was a little strong. But I think if the ratio is perfect, the only thing I would notice is the texture. Because with salted caramel, don't you get like little chunks of that hard
Oh, maybe.
caramel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, if you,
Yeah.
I wonder if you just some salt on here.
Got like in a milkshake. A soy sauce
I might.
milkshake.
I might try.
Now, while we're doing first try, I want to make sure, I don't think this should be done next week, but have you ever put salt in your coffee?
No.
Do you like coffee?
Yes.
Do you like it bitter?
No.
No, nobody's gonna say yes to that. Do
Well,
you like
some
it
people
black?
like a bitter
You meant
coffee.
to say, do you like
If
it
you,
black?
what this does is if you don't like your coffee bitter, you put a dash of salt in it and you spoon it up. That cancels the bitterness. It doesn't make it saltier. It just cancels the
So then
bitterness.
you don't have to add as much cream or sugar.
Yeah.
Try it.
If you load in the sugar and the cream just to cancel the bitterness, try a dash of salt.
Okay.
Do a taste before and then a taste after, and tell me what you think.
All right.
Okay.
give it
Another
a try.
first try. Give it a
Yeah.
try.
That's wild. When I lived in Vermont, they put maple syrup in their coffee.
Oh, God.
And it was like,
They do?
yeah, it must have been my first week at the station. I was like in the break room with one of our engineers, and he just leaned over and like dumped it in my coffee cup, and like kept on, and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, this is how we drink it here, and like just walked away.
He was messing with you.
No, there was a never-ending supply of maple syrup.
Did it taste good though?
It was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, it was?
It's insanely delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Like milk in your tea, like the people English.
Yeah, like you don't, when you do it, you don't need like sugar or, I still
Right. It takes
a little
care of
bit
the
of cream.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, try the salt dash. You'll be amazed.
Yeah.
No, try this.
Well, yeah, try the olive oil and the.
Save yourself.
All right. Hey, always good to see you guys. And don't
Thanks.
forget, are you guys going to the parade this weekend?
Parade this weekend. Look
Yes.
look for
Where to
the
see you.
13 Wham Pride Water. It's gonna be out there. Yeah.
There you go. Good stuff.
And it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Ellie. Love you.
Happy birthday! All right, stick around. Much more to get to this morning on our Rochester. The studio is packed right now. We're continuing our summer music series right here in the studio.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are by streaming us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back after this.
Welcome back. It is Friday, which means our summer concert series continues on Arc Rochester. And this morning, we're very excited to have Brother Floyd and the Blessed Sinners joining us this morning.
Yeah, the band is also getting ready for an upcoming show next week at Buntsee's in Webster. For more, we're now joined by members JJ, Rod, Mark, Joey, and Dwayne. Good morning to all of you.
Morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning.
So tell us a little bit about your sound for any viewers at home.
I'll start. Kind of influenced with like Southern, but kind of just straight up rock and roll, little grit to it. I've always liked that kind of music. and I like writing that kind of music. And for being a northern guy, I like writing about like southern things and like the way they talk and like, you know, down at the holler. We're down at the holler and we got the mama's pie on the porch window, you know, that kind of thing. I love putting that kind of stuff in there. A lot of the music that I'm influenced by more recently in the last few years has been like more southern rock, but yet I call it northern rock, southern roll, because it's a little bit of both. Yeah. So.
Very good.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys all been playing together?
Going on 2 years.
Going on 2 years.
2 years. All right. Very good. And how did this whole band get formed?
I met Rod. I was in a different band, and Rod was going to join the other band. He did for a minute, and then we ended up not working out. And when I left that band, I thought a perfect opportunity is the guy that writes and sounds and plays just like what I like to hear. So I got together with Rod, who was kind of going to do his own thing and started writing his own songs. And I feel like I hijacked him from his solo project, but I said, I think we got something. And this, you know, our first single, he had an idea, and he said, how about you write lyrics to it? So that's where the ball began, and, you know, started to roll. And one thing became another, and, let's get new members. And I got a couple guys I know, and so on and so forth. And, you know.
The rest is history.
We were on to something good, so let's go with it, yeah.
Yeah. Does everyone specialize in a certain instrument or role?
Yeah, go ahead.
Typically, me and Dwayne round up basically the bass and drums. We do the rhythm section. We try to bring, you know, the melodic nature of, you know, my job's to make people move.
Yeah.
So, you know, being the bass player, usually nobody knows if the guy's playing or not. So, typically speaking, we don't get much, you know, attaboys. But at the end of the day, if I'm not doing my job, nobody's going to move.
See, the bass is my favorite, so I always pay attention to that, so I like that a lot. For the rest of you, how long have you been playing your instruments?
Oh my God. For me, easily 40 years.
40 years, wow,
Sure.
okay.
I look a lot younger than that.
Very true, yes, you do.
Yeah, I've probably been playing about the same.
Yeah, okay, and for you?
Yeah, just about the same too.
So it's safe to say it has taken up most of your
36
lives.
or something.
What is it about playing and performing that keeps you coming back year after year?
Wow, it's just a high, honestly, being out on stage. And I mean, we played Batavia Downs last week, and it's just awesome being up on stage and seeing all the people out there. It's just a natural high.
Especially a few, you know, that was a few thousand, you know, but there's times where we might play for a few hundred or a few.
Yeah.
You know, I've traveled to North Carolina to play for 50 people. I've traveled a couple hours to play for 2 people. Same show. You got to put it on, and that's, you know, those 2 people are interested, and that almost is the same rush as 2,000 people, because you see they're getting into what you're doing and what you're creating. That has always been, you know, for me, that's how I'm motivated, is the response. You know, there's nothing like being up on stage and having an applause. That is just insanely rewarding.
When music that's written by, you know, one of us resonates with people, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
Do you play all originals, or do you ever do covers?
We focus more on originals. We have talked about pulling some covers in, you know, doing it our way, not just, you know, we're not a cover band, so, you know,
that's
something
good.
that we...
Yeah, we're playing August 16th. We're doing Fairport Summer Concert Series, and it's a long set, so we're going to add quite a few covers for that set. And that'll be nice. It'll be fun. It's outside. It's, you know, it'll be low key. So yeah, for that we're gonna throw in some covers. We kind of, in one of our original songs, where there's a nice spot, we kind of throw in a little bit of a cover for a second, and then go back into our song. Little Blackberry Smoke influenced, which, if you know who those guys are, they do that. That's what kind of got me thinking, wow, that's kind of cool. There's a good spot to fit that song in here. So yeah, but for the most part, it's probably all of our heart is original music and sitting down and writing stuff and putting it together.
Very good. And you guys have a show coming up next week in Webster. Give everyone the information for that.
We're playing Buncey's Bandstand. The band that we're playing with is Bad Marriage, features a guitar player formerly of Tesla, so they're getting pretty big now. They're playing 2 nights before, and then they're headlining the next night, so we're kind of doing like a co-headlining thing. So yes, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, there's an acoustic act, Max Dowd, and then 7 o'clock is Bad Marriage. We're on at 9. So stick around and watch us. Hopefully you guys will all stay. We'll do our best to impress you and make it worth your while on a weeknight.
Yeah.
The next day's Friday, so you can kind of stay out to 11 or 10:30 or whatever.
Mail
it
it
is.
in the next day, right?
We're only playing like an hour.
Yeah.
So, then you can be home by 11.
A pre-weekend. if
Yes.
you will.
Yes.
Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. Don't go anywhere. You guys either, when we come back, we're going to be getting a live studio performance as our summer concert series continues.
Yeah, stick around. We're back after this. It's 9:49, and we're back now with more from this band that we have joining us this morning. We're so excited to continue our summer music series, Brother Floyd and the Blessed Sinners. They're with us this morning, getting ready for an upcoming performance next Thursday at Buncey's in Webster. But before they go, they're going to be playing for us.
Yeah, you guys, really excited. Great conversation that we had not too long ago, just a couple minutes ago. Tell us about your style of music and what you're going to be playing.
Okay, we are a straight-up rock and roll band with a little bit of a southern edge. This song is our first single that's been out, which you can find all over, the world, brotherfloyd.net. And it's called Into the Badlands. It's about the climate that's going on today, and just kind of be careful when you're out there.
Very
It's
good.
a crazy world.
It certainly is. Thank you both.
Thank
Take it
you.
away.
As long as the day is long, we gotta be strong. Oh, yeah. We gotta stay strong, yeah. this fire's burning the whole place down. Ain't gonna be nothing left of this godforsaken town. And there may come a day when man is come and gone. Somewhere along the lines, some of us, man, we got it all wrong. I don't know about you, I ain't gonna watch our country fall. This ain't the American way. This ain't the game that we wanted to play. There ain't much more to say. Chaos in the broad day. Drive into the Badlands. Survive if you think that you can. With your door shut tight and you're ready to fight. They don't hear your screams. They already broke into your dreams, yeah. They say follow the leader, for he's the righteous path. They led the horse to water, right through a bloodbath. We gotta stand up, take back our home. Wherever we may roam, wherever we may go, it's time we take back our streets. Stand up and shout, get on your feet. Afraid there's no end in sight. Chaos in broad daylight. This ain't the American way. This ain't the game that we wanted to play. Drive into the Badlands. Survive if you think that you can. With your door shut tight and you're ready to fight. They don't hear your screams. Fight to survive by any means. Afraid there's no end in sight. Chaos in the broad daylight. This ain't the American way. This ain't the game that we wanted to play. Yeah, yeah. Into the Badlands, survive.
Welcome back. That'll do it for us this morning on Arc Rochester. But once again, we have Brother Floyd and the Blessed Sinners playing us to commercial break. You guys, thanks so much for being here today. And don't forget, wake up with us again tomorrow morning, or Monday morning, I should say, on 13 WHAM ABC. Guys, take it away.
This one's called Quagmire Hill. I thought I was king of a mountain. Baby, to the left.